it shows a culture that has this immense belief in its dream. And that manifests itself especially in pop culture. It just manifests itself everywhere in pop culture. And American pop culture clearly dominates the world. And part of it is that dream of a better future that's accessible to all, that is given voice through all of that pop culture. I mean, including the automobile for that matter, because that's an expression of pop culture. And it's certainly not obvious to me at all that it wasn't the automobile that doomed the communists. Because nothing says freedom and individual sovereignty like a 16-year-old with a 400 horsepower Mustang. And I know perfectly well if the automobile was invented today, that no ordinary person would be able to have one because they'd be too dangerous. You have to take a 10-year course and then, pay $1 million a month for insurance and be encased in styrofoam. And the car, that's a bloody miracle. It's like, well, why don't we let people go wherever they want in these unbelievably dangerous contraptions?
What
because
a point.
There's almost nothing more dangerous than driving, right? And you let kids do it. It's like 16, yeah, you can drive, why not? It's like, well, because you run people over.
But you can't drink. You can't have a beer.
Yeah. But it's so wonderful. And you have all this autonomy in a vehicle. It just yells out individual liberty. So then you export those to communist countries. It's like you think you're exporting cars. You don't think there's a political message embedded in the existence of an automobile. Wow. So you haven't thought about it.
Yeah, I think I took you.
You did.
I drove you to your hotel and to meet your wife, right? Because you guys would always travel together. Very good conversation.
What did you have? What car was that?
That was I drove you in a
Bentley.
Oh, that was a blue Rolls Royce convertible.
Oh, it was a Rolls.
Yeah.
It was a
We're
Rolls.
at a red light. Guy into the car next to us is like, it's Jordan Peterson! He went crazy.
Jordan, what kind of car do you drive right now?
I have a Mercedes SL 550.
Yeah, you
can have any car you want. Why do you pick that one?
That's a pretty legit car, by the way.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Yeah.
Well, I bought it 5 years ago. My brother-in-law had one, which I used to drive in California. I really liked it. I really liked the way it felt. It's got great acceleration. It's cool, too. And so I bought one, a second-hand one. It's like 8 years old, this thing, or 9 years old. But it's in great shape. And I like it. It's two-seater. I zoom around with my wife in it. And it has a really good sound system. And so we put in whatever we're listening to.
Yeah, what are you bumping
rock.
when you're driving? What's your music of choice?
I can see him as a...
I like classic rock.
Okay.
I have about an 8-hour playlist of old jazz and blues standards, crooners. That's more on the romance side of things. I have a really good playlist of old country and blues music that's about 7 hours long, which I really love. My wife and I listen to that a lot in the car, cranked right up.